A warm welcome back, dear friends, to Texture Art Thursdays with me, Taslima Maya Art and Oak by Bettina. If you're new here, please do check out my other tutorial videos. There's something for everyone, ranging from acrylic pouring, texture art, fluid art, mixed media, resin art, and much more. Today I'll be creating a wonderful textured flower using homemade DIY texture paste, acrylic paint, synthetic stamen, crushed glass and resin. My heartfelt gratitude goes out to my Patreon and YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. So for this project I am using a canvas board, DIY texture paste. I mixed 2 parts of joint compound or wall putty with 1 part wood glue and a dash of acrylic white paint. After painting my background, I allowed that to dry, drew a sketch of a flower, and I put my texture paste into a piping bag and I'm applying it over the lines. If you want to watch how I did this in detail, please watch the previous texture video on my channel. I'll link it down below and up above. The next step was to simply select and cut my synthetic stamen and place them right into the texture paste there in the centre. Links to the products that I use will be down in my description box below for you. I really enjoyed creating this stunning texture flower piece for you, and if you want to see a similar one that I did previously, please check out my channel. I'll put a link of it down below. So as usual, up after me today on Texture Thursdays will be the beautiful Betty from Oak by Bettina, the texture queen herself, so do stay on and check out a video and show us some support. We really do appreciate you guys coming to see us every week. So here what you can see is that I've waited for the texture paste to slightly dry, and I'm using my thumb or my finger to push in some of the parts of that petal to make it look a little bit more organic, and that really works well as long as the paste is semi-dry. It kind of gives it a slightly frilly effect. So here I'm taking my Pebeo titanium white acrylic paint and mixing it with a little bit of water, and I'm painting the petals. What you'll notice is I have waited for my texture paste to fully dry. Do have to wait a few days sometimes for it to fully dry. This was laid on quite thick, so it did take two whole days for it to dry. So now I've put my base colour down with the white. It looks really pretty, doesn't it? Especially with those stamen there and the gold and silver in the background. I'm going to take my iridescent blue black from Pebeo. I've got a little bit of it on my brush here, as you can see, and I'm going to put that into the middle section initially. Now I'm playing it by ear here, trying to decide what colours, and I really liked how this looked, the iridescence, the shimmer. I really love that, and I thought, well, why not have a silver and a kind of a blue-black flower? So here I'm getting a few greys as well. I used grey, silver, and some various different shades of silver here, and all Pebeo paints and 1 day Larouni paint. So I'll put the paints, names of the paints down in my description box for you as well. But I sort of just went with it and layered different colours on top of each other to see how it would look. And I like the idea of using silver leaf as well for this piece, because the previous texture flower I did on a live was gold actually, so I wanted to do something different this time. And I think that having a darker flower on a lighter background or a lighter flower on a darker background always works quite well, I find. I hope you're all doing really well and you're having a really good day. Looking forward to talking to you all when this video airs and in the live chat as well. But do leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think of this piece as it develops. I'm now going in with my paintbrush. I'm using a very delicate small paintbrush for detail work, and I'm adding more of that iridescent blue black. And again, I'm loving this colour against the white there and the colour of the stamen. So I'm lifting the stamen up with my palette knife and trying to get that blue underneath the blue black without touching the stamen. Bit of a tricky part this was, but it worked okay. And I'm thinking ahead really about the next few stages, so I really wanted to add some crystals or some crushed glass or something more to this piece, and maybe a bit of resin as well to seal it all up. So far I'm absolutely loving it. With the iridescent blue black, it does look slightly different in different lights, so you can see the gorgeous glorious blues sometimes shining and reflecting, almost a metallic, and then you can sometimes see a duller, darker blue, a navy blue as well. So here you can see the crushed glass. I did find some in the end, and a little bit of green paint for the leaf I've got here. I'm initially adding the green paint on, and then I kind of dull it down a little bit because it's quite vibrant, so I apply that, and then I add some pearlescent white on top as well to make it really blend in with the rest of the flower. And I also painted the stem there with my paintbrush. So far so good. I'm really loving this. It looks gorgeous, and I'm thinking, what about the silver leaf, right? And what about these beautiful pieces of crushed glass, and the iridescent crushed glass, really lovely. They catch in the light, and you can see various colours, blue, purple, you can see there, it's really pretty. I decided against using the little pixie balls there, you saw the pixie beads, and I'm using flitter glue for my adhesive, which is really cool. It works really well. I've also got some silver leaf I ordered from Temu, so I'll be applying that. I'm getting some of my flitter glue out, and I'm going to just brush on my glue onto, so initially it was certain sections of the outer edges of the petals I was going to add the glue to, but I think I got a little bit carried away and put a lot of glue down, and I'm going to apply my silver leaf. Now later on you'll see my 4-year-old daughter Sarah helping out with brushing that silver leaf off, but it does get everywhere, guys, so take some precautions. It does go everywhere, your hair, your clothes, all over the place. I'm just applying my silver leaf on top of the glue now. I've waited for the glue to get a little bit tackier, and I'm popping on my silver leaf now. I'm going to get a soft makeup brush to begin with, a blusher brush, like so, and just dab it down onto those outer edges of those petals so that it sticks to the adhesive. And I have to be careful at this stage, because if I get any glue on my brush, I'll never get the leaf off it. This glue is really tacky, but it's really good with this type of project. So I'm going to tap it all down, make sure it's got complete coverage, and then I'm going to use a slightly stiffer brush later to get it off again. And I do it in a little cardboard box to save from having all the mess. And I'm starting to scrape away some of the larger pieces of that silver leaf there. And this is really therapeutic. I really love this part. I know it's messy, but just like brushing it off and taking your time is really nice. I did have quite a few breaks through this process, by the way, and it was completed over a few days. You can do a bit now if you want. Come.
Yeah. Wait for me, Mommy.
As most mixed media pieces tend to take a longer time than just acrylic pouring, but I really enjoyed the process, and I hope you do too. So here's my beautiful little daughter doing a bit more. So here's how it's looking so far with the silver leaf on there. I've brushed most of it off. It's absolutely breathtaking, don't you think? Let me know what you think. I love hearing off you. So it's looking gorgeous, but I again wanted to add a bit more, as you know. I can't help myself, so I've added some crushed glass in there now, and I'm just placing it in little bits here and there, and I'm going to probably resin over this. So I'll mix up some JDiction resin, and I'll get rid of the bubbles in my debubbling machine from resiners.com, and I do have a discount code or referral link if you want 15% off that down in my description box below. So I'm just placing the lovely iridescent crushed glass onto my kind of petals in a slightly haphazard way, and I'm going to then mix up my resin. Like I said, this is what it looks like. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I think that, I mean, the outer edges of the petals as well, there's kind of markings where I scraped in with my palette knife. So I love this so far, and it's almost time to get it finished. So I'm going to let you watch the rest of it in peace, play some music for you, and I'll see you at the end. And don't forget, guys, the wonderful, talented Betty from Oak by Bettina is up after this video.
used to think the world of you, but somewhere down the line we changed and we grew and we fell out of touch as time goes by. Still I'm holding on to you. I know that it's time for me to let you go. I know that it's time for us to part, though it breaks my heart. Baby, it's time for me to face the truth and say it out loud. I don't know you anymore. To be inseparable, I used to stand by you. Now I'm only holding on to a bittersweet memory of you. Oh, I wish it wasn't true. I know that it's time for me to let you go. I know that it's time for us to part, though it breaks my heart. It's time for me to face the truth and say it out loud. I don't know you anymore. I don't know you anymore, like I used to do before. I used to think the world